Yuletide the Knot is a really good film. There's a lot going on in this film, but it never felt like it was trying to do too much at any one time. This was released this year in 2023. It's directed by Nanea Miyata and it stars Mary Antonini as Rachel and Peter Porte as Logan. And Rachel is a wedding planner, and these influencers decide to hire her 27 days before Christmas for a Christmas Day wedding. And as a true professional, she rises to the challenge. However, it means that she has to work with an old flame of hers. This is, of course, Logan. And it's not exactly a pleasant experience for her, but in true Christmas rom com style, as the narrative progresses, old feelings begin to resurface and sparks begin to fly. So that's part of the narrative. Part of the narrative is her planning the wedding. I think they made an interesting decision where the influencers are actually not part of the wedding planning for the majority of the film. The influencers decide to go off and do something else and trust Rachel to plan everything to perfection, which is a compliment to Rachel, but it meant that they weren't really in it for a lot of the film, which was an interesting situation to be in. And I don't know if it was a good decision or a bad decision. I think I'm indifferent, but I just thought it was worth mentioning as a point of interest that that could have gone either way, and I genuinely don't know how it went. So if you watch the film and have an opinion on that, I'd love to know what you think. But at the moment, I'm kind of undecided. The romantic aspect feels very convincing. Rachel is not willing to open up to Logan at all, and I kind of don't blame her. It does take a bit of time to get anywhere with that, but that means it does feel quite realistic. We also have another part of the narrative, though, that focuses on Rachel not being able to manage her grief. She's grieving for her mother, and she doesn't let people do any of the Christmas traditions that her mother used to do. Her mother used to make Christmas an absolutely magical time of the year, and there were certain things that she would do, and Rachel doesn't want anybody to do those traditions because she believes, perhaps quite understandably, that nobody would be able to do them as well as her mother. And the film also deals with what would be a more healthy approach of allowing people to enjoy those traditions in her mother's memory. But it takes a while for Rachel to get there. And I think it's a beautiful message that I think a lot of people can probably benefit from. Because I imagine if there is something that somebody you lost did and it reminds them or reminds you of them, then I can understand why you might not want that to happen again. But if it's something that brought so many people joy, and it's something you can do in their memory and to honour their memory, I can imagine that would only be a healthy thing once you're in the right frame of mind. But Rachel's not quite there yet. So there's a lot going on, and I have to say, it handled the different threads of the narrative really well. Rachel is not the most likeable character. However, I understand. She's not in the best of places. She's grieving her mother. It's Christmas time. She's dealing with these emotions about her ex, and she's also planning this wedding within 27 days for these high profile influencers. Most people would be quite stressed in those situations, so I understand, but it's just worth bearing in mind that if you need to like a protagonist to fully get behind the story, this one might not be the easiest. But I didn't dislike her. There were just times where I wasn't really that bothered about her as a character. I didn't really take to her, I didn't warm to her. But then there were times when actually I thought, yeah, I can emotionally get behind your narrative. It's a good film though. I think they handled the various different parts of the narrative really well. The casting is great. I think the on-screen chemistry we have with Rachel and Logan is very believable. I certainly believe that there was a history there, and I believed, of course, that at least one of them had stronger feelings for the other than the other. So definitely a good film. Maybe not a perfect film, depending on how you respond to very stressed out, not always very likable protagonists. But I think it also has some really important messages in as well. So definitely not a bad film at all, and one that I am certainly happy to recommend.